Those Days with the Monsters, Part 65. Kirrel was never quite sure what happened next. The Khumans flurried around him with loud noises that he couldn't understand, and then the one holding him half carried him into a room, and Rixa was rattling furiously, and the Khuman responded with more Khuman noises that Kirrel wished so very much that he could translate.
I can't understand. I don't have my translator. I gave it to Rixa. Please don't be angry. It's not her fault.
The Khuman said something again, and Kirrel felt his frills flush blue and purple. The noises, muffled by the Khuman's helmet, sounded a little bit sad. Then the Khuman provided the clumsiest headpats Kirrel had experienced so far, not that he had too much experience with them, and oxygen rushed into the room with a hiss.
It's okay. It's just a thing that happens. I'll be fine in a minute.
Kirrel mumbled as his arms lost their grip on Rixa. He could hear her loud rattle and a chirp, and some quiet, maybe reassuring Khuman noises, and then at some point it was over, and his reserves were full of energy, and he sat up. Immediately Kirrel was knocked onto his back again as Rixa launched herself into his chest, clicking at full force.
Okay, I'm fine. See, I told you I would be.
Rixa rattled and flailed slightly. Kirrel's frills flushed a deep purple. He didn't know what she was saying, but he had a feeling he was being scolded. Again. Any doubts Kirrel had cherished about that were quickly resolved as one Khuman handed him a new translator. It slid neatly into his earhole, as if made for it. Rixa's buzzing rattles resolved into intelligible speech, and she was angry.
Stupid, bad Kirrel. Don't go to sleep. Sleep is bad.
Her voice had a faint, thin chirp behind the sound. Sadness.
I'm okay, Rixa.
Kirrel caught her appendage gently as she tried to hit his face. It wouldn't have hurt, but he still didn't want to be hit by a tiny Dizzix.
I'm okay, look at me. Not all sleep is bad. And I woke up, see? I'm awake. Sleep is fine. But what if you don't wake up?
Kirrel's frills flushed a brilliant, nervous yellow, tinged at the edges with red alarm.
What do I do? What do I say? Some of the love of stars help me. I guess then
Spaceman. Kirrel's frills pulsed a brilliant white at the voice behind him.
Sleepy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sleepy. I didn't mean to cause trouble. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I didn't.
Kirrel found himself being unexpectedly gripped, a bit more tightly than was comfortable, by Khuman limbs in one of their spacesuits. I know, Spaceman. I know. Rixa flailed aggressively, shouting,
Let go! Don't hurt the stupid Kirrel. Bad thing! Sleepy, this is Rixa. I've been trying to take care of her. Rixa, this is Sleepy. He's a Khuman. He's nice and very strong. So he doesn't go to sleep?
Of course I go to sleep. All of the humans do. We sleep, we wake up, we work. Why'd you ask something? Oh boy. Kirrel's frills went faintly yellow again.
I don't know how to. I can't figure out what to say.
There was a moment of silence while Sleepy's face went through an amazing series of expressions, and Kirrel's translator slowly overloaded in its attempt to explain them. Finally, Sleepy took a deep breath, let it out in a rush, then abruptly stood up. Well, I'm not exactly an expert on this mess, but the one thing I know, if I know anything, is you can't fix it. There are no right words for this kind of thing. You can't fix it if you say the right thing, and you can't fix it fast. You might not be the right person to fix it at all. And so the thing you ought to do right now is come to the control room. Let the rest of the crew see you. They miss you like hell, Spaceman. Kirrel got the feeling that he should be protesting or saying something to Rixa or something, but in the face of Sleepy's calm tone, he couldn't seem to find anything to say. Sleepy got up and led the way down a corridor Kirrel didn't realise into a control room that, while very different from the Carrie Fisher's control room, still felt familiar. It might be because many of the panels of controls were similar, but the most striking similarity was the sheer number of Khumans in the room. Hey folks, someone's here to say hello, Sleepy called, and the room was suddenly a mass of Khuman faces staring at him. The vague feeling that he should be alarmed gave way in Kirrel's chest to a glow of strange warmth as he saw faces that he knew.
Dopey, Smee, Happy, Doc.
But there were many new faces, and some he'd hoped to see that were strangely missing from the mix.
Where's Alex? Where's the captain? Where are Grumpy and Tinker?
His frills flushed yellow and red as so many Khumans began to approach. He couldn't see through the crowd to find them. Hold on, everybody. You can't just crowd a spaceman like that. Too many humans in too little space. Y'all need to back up. Sleepy was holding many of the new faces at bay, but there were a lot of them. Kirrel felt swarmed, enclosed, trapped. He felt Tizik's appendages gripping him, Tizik's blood on his feet. Enough! The clear voice of a Khuman, higher pitched and cold as a comet, pierced through the noise and dragged the press of Khumans back as if by sheer force of speech. After a strange, muddled moment where the silence dragged on, where the blurred white walls before his eyes faded into the glow of control panels, and the screams of Tizik's vanished into the stillness, Kirrel looked up and found himself staring into the face of a Khuman, with tightly bound white hair and grey eyes. It was as if everything else had stopped. Hello again, Kirrel. I'm sorry that I didn't control them sooner. Still, you've worried them a little, you know. Kirrel's frills pulsed yellow, fuchsia, white, as nervousness and curiosity washed over him, along with a wild rush of relief. He paused, swallowed hard, and tried again, looking up at the slim Khuman in front of him.
Hello, Marquis.
Oh. She made the Khuman amusement noise. Kirrel's frills flushed purple with embarrassment. Oh, no, I'm not the Marquis now. Please just call me Effie. Everyone else does. Everyone does and not, one of the Khumans that Kirrel had never seen before muttered, a strange look on his face. Kirrel's translator couldn't seem to read it, but he thought it might be defensive. Falcons, your loyalty will not change my decision. Effie's voice did not change, but the Khuman named Falcons seemed to flinch slightly. I apologize. Kirrel's frills were full of fuchsia curiosity, with just a bit of yellow on the edges.
But what are you doing here, Effie?
It felt so wrong to use an affectionate term for someone who was very clearly in a position of high authority, but she had asked him to, so...
Surely I can do it just once, right?
It's simple, really. I came here because I very much enjoy being in charge. Happy from one of the tables made a loud amusement noise. Yeah, I bet. That's why you came all the way out here, too. Thousands of light years from your home, because you like being in charge. Brought a bunch of your folks, because you can't be in charge without them. Don't confuse Squishy, man. The Khuman Falcons didn't look happy about Happy's words, but Effie made her clear amusement sound again. Point taken. I came here because I was available, and Stevens needed me. Stevens. That was the captain's name, wasn't it? Kirrel searched the room again, but he couldn't find that face, or several others he desperately wanted to see.
The captain, where is he? Where is Alex?
The words almost didn't come out. If something had happened during the time he spent with the Tiziks, he wasn't sure he wanted to know. Oh, they were very determined to, well, Happy made his amusement sound again, fiddling with some glowing controls on a wall panel. Come on, don't beat around the bush, man. You'll have him thinking something bad happened. He bared his teeth at Kirrel, as if he didn't have a care in the world. Asking about Cap and Hook, right? Well, they're in the brig. Thanks for listening, and sorry if the sound of the wind came through on that. It's a bit stormy here.